Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for some more crazy Minecraft. In this case, I kind of decided to take a bit of a break and get to some witchery. Reasons why? Several. One of which is I know what's coming because I looked up more about Montaigne and I'm going to need to be a bit more equipped for the task, so yeah. Sorry, a little adjustment there. But another thing is that I kind of like to do something kind of relaxing for a while I kind of discuss various things, namely how things are going to be in the future with this, possibly. Also, just for saying, I have deployed the statues. So quick tour. I have statues from Mo Creatures. I got them from Arcana RPG over in this area. I have a few Lycanites mob statues over here. And I have my vanilla statues mostly by my kind of little witchery outpost here, where I'm just, well, witchery lookout is more like it, because they, for various reasons, they seem to kind of be very witchy themed, especially the actual witch. And of course we have wrong angle. We have a blaze looking out to kind of defend the chickens while possibly symbolizing the fact that you never know when one could get roasted by an event like that one time. That was kind of a bit of a lack of foresight on my side. Sorry, the chickens did not deserve to get hit by a lava troll. That was terribly wrong. Whoops. Also, I've put some more things in my farming. This is a cinnamon tree. You can just click on that and get some cinnamon. So it does grow there over time. Like, see how this area is smaller and these are bigger representations? You literally click on the bark. That's kind of different. We've got some various other Pam's plants going here, and I've made sure to have a big array of these demon crystals because they do provide a lot of light. They're literally glowstone with higher blast resistance. So yeah, so I have reasons to be in this area, including overlooking my farming and doing some witching. As I witch, I'll kind of discuss a few things that's kind of important. So I'm going to start up now by getting in here and trying to get a few things ready. I don't know why I've just been walking around. Also, I have got my witchery books arranged here, including ones I have taken from some villages. So I have my bookcase lined with nothing but witchery books here to help out. Although it does kind of look a little odd this way, but it's okay. You always remember in Minecraft, blocks defy gravity. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot of different things over time. Some which I have plenty of. The thing is, I've also been doing some galactic craft in the background, which is why I was looking up that, so yeah. One of the things that I'll have to do is start out with Mutandis. It's one of the earliest things to do in witchery, usually, because you need a lot of special plants. In this case, I need an egg, exhale of the horned one, and mandrake root. And that gives me like 6 of these. And this is for the Witch's Cauldron, which is special. Now, to start this up, I have my witchery utility blocks around here. I'm not sure you'd really call them machines per se. I mean, sometimes they kind of consider it that. But you mainly need the Witch's Oven, and it has this special slot here that's specifically for clay jars. Now, whenever you initially create them, you use soft clay and form the jar, and then you fire it up and make it complete. So you always have a firing stage, which is kind of realistic. Like, yeah, check out how this works. You have to actually have a soft clay jar, which consists of 4 clay, and then whenever you use that, you cook it into its final form. So it's kind of cool, actually. A classic bit of ceramics earthwork type stuff. Although, admittedly, I might want to reform into Blaze again. Oh, that guy's, they're kind of a bit hyper there for some reason. Hello, is there some kind of complication? You know, you might do a little better if you weren't jumping around, because you might not be falling off like that randomly. Please. Stop, please. I need to Do I have any blocks? Blocks to help them. Well, this is gonna be unusual. Cut that out. I'm blocking you off with snow. That's how desperate I am. No more dying villagers, please. That's always sad. Okay, so now that we've... Really? Are you determined to just... Why is this a thing? Okay, let's get weird with the blocks, just to show how much I don't want this to happen. Oh, you had to show up at just the wrong time. No jumping down. I have a barrier of solid ice. You may never go there again. No death for you. I am going to save you whether you like it or not. The testificates are safe. Even though I had to use some odd blockage. Like, seriously, what's up with using the ice? Whoa. Lag spike. That was weird. Okay. Anyhow, let's get back to the witching. Please. I want to witch. I don't want to have to babysit them all the time because they have this weird death wish. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, do I have enough actual coal? Or do I have to break some more coal? Because I have plenty of ore. I have like a constant input. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some more ore out of my special reserve. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Luckily, I have the greatest hammer ever. Thank you, Mjolnir, for being a thing. I mean, seriously, this hammer is awesome. No matter how much I need, I will always be able to get it with this hammer. It is like, I mean, it's a lot funner than a quarry. Although I am having something kind of like a quarry going on right now that's giving me unlimited resources. But this is still funner. So, saying that while clearly using something like a quarry. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to begin the process with this lovely witch's oven. Did I ever get any of the things that make it... No, I just remembered to make this more efficient, you need something from it first. Okay, so that's not going to happen. Okay, but basically, you use regular fuel, kind of like with a regular furnace. In this case, as it cooks, specifically saplings, and also certain other things, you will get side products. And it's based on having these clay jars here. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't put that in immediately is you do actually need some of this wood ash regardless. So, yeah. Of course, it will produce by side effect, so yeah. I do believe it makes a wood ash every time, though. Let me see here. I already have that book. I will need ritual chalk. A lot of it. Tear of the Goddess. I think that's birch. But yeah, I need a ton of these Exhale of the Horned One. Like, for so many things. So, hence why I've just decided to just let this set of oak saplings go. Now, I will also need to get some specialty trees done. Because one of the key things to get other than Mutandis is the altar. Very important in witchery. And you need to make this... I said altar, didn't I? Porter stone, alternate. No, that's not the kind of altar. Why is it not showing up here? It's usually called an altar. Okay. Okay, it's got a very particular look to it. Let me look around here, see if I recognize it. Here we go. Altar. Yeah, it said that, but it didn't show up there for some reason. But yeah, you need some stone bricks, rowan wood, which you need the Mutandis for, Exhale the Horned One, and Breath of the Goddess. Breath of the Goddess is done by doing this process with birch saplings, because the type of sapling you use does, in fact, matter. Looks like I got 4 of these, and as you can see, it actually saves some of its progress, which is very useful. Or at least it goes down very slowly once it goes down, so yeah. Okay, let me see if I can throw in a few birch saplings just in the nick of time. That would be cool if that worked out. Yeah, I need to make sure to save a couple of those back. Just in case. Because I actually already have plenty of oak trees around here, so I'm not as worried about that. Ah, it finally ran out. Oh well. Okay, I will be needing some of these anyhow, so I'll pop one in there. It does have the same burn time as a regular furnace, so that's pretty much how that works. Now, I have Exhale the Horned Ones, so what can I do with it? Well, this is one of those things where you need it to start up. This is a beginning thing. So, I got, as I showed before, you need the mandrake roots, you need eggs, and you need Exhale the Horned One. Now, some recipes in this require the use of altar power, but most don't because they're meant to be introductory, or at least things you can get done in advance. Now, always remember with your witch's cauldron to have a fire under it. So I do have some netherrack and an eternal flame, and it must be filled all the way with water, which may take more than one use of your bucket. Do I have my bucket on me? Yeah, no, oh wait, that's the one with milk. Do I have any extra buckets? Yeah, there I do. So in case I need to refill it, there we go. Oh, I might just want to get this compressed tin out of the way. Again, was doing some Galactic Craft stuff off camera. So, yeah, there was some stuff being done. I was making some progress. I do say some because it's one of those things that takes quite some time. So, yeah, okay, now that I got that out of the way, is there anything else I did toss? No, I think this is all the things I actually need. Now, I do believe you kind of have to do this in order to a degree, but not entirely. So I'm going to toss these in order just to be sure. Okay, it'll change colors a little bit each time. So I threw in the mandrake root, threw in the Exhale the Horned One, and now I've thrown in the egg. And now it'll do some magic and give me my Mutandis. Well, some of it anyhow. But, yeah. Thing is that, as for the plants like mandrake root, that is something you will get randomly as seeds to garden, and hence my large garden. It's because part of that is just for witching. So, yeah. There's reasons why I did that big garden, is I knew I was going to need lots of stuff. And just having it on hand to gather more supplies is great. Okay, it looks like I will be needing to get my water. Luckily, I made sure to have unlimited supplies around here. After all, you need a lot of water for gardening. Yoink. Okay. Now this can take a bit to fill up. So, it's one of those things where you gotta know it's not just a one-off like a regular cauldron. The Witch's Cauldron is special. Because it does such special alchemical operations and can be used for some very special magic, a weird trade-off is just it requires more water, which isn't really that big of a deal except if you're having issues with trying to find an unlimited water source. That could be a problem, but otherwise, not really. So let's do this again. I'm going to, again, toss some stuff in and see how this goes. Because I will be needing, well, as I was showing before, I will be needing a good amount of this, so need to be careful with how I divide this up, actually. Okay, so there's my one. Here's my one with that. Here's my egg. Okay. Now give me my stuff. Show me the magic. Poof! There we go. Now I have Butandus. And the thing is, I'll have to make sure that I have a certain tool ready. Yeah, shears. Because not all of the plants that you get in this fashion are sturdy enough to be harvested normally. So that's a thing. Now, as for what types of plants, it has pretty broad applicability. Some mod packs allow you to mutate with Mutandis into just about any kind of low-lying plant in the pack. You know, things that take up only one block is what I mean, like for a low-lying plant. Some, on the other hand, keep it mainly within the normal group of things that you get, which is like between vanilla versions and witchery plants. Like right now, I'm just trying to grab a quick sapling, because I don't really need all this stuff around here. It hasn't been like too much in my way, but at the same time, it's just kind of lying around. And really, all those and no sapling. I mean, I take this long to trim the trees for a dramatic, thank you. And then that happens. I get one sapling the whole time. And might I add, it will probably be transmuting for various things here, not just the one. I do have some bone meal that I can use to accelerate things by seeing what grows around here. So let's see our first transmutation by sprinkling some Mutandis on it. A birch sapling. I admittedly can use more, but I already have a reserve, so thank you. Lily pad. Always nice, but I know there's a swamp nearby my area, so I don't need this one here. That and I can always fish for more. An acacia sapling. Not entirely sure I have one of these yet. So I'll go ahead and take that and put that in. Could be wrong about that. Oh, I did not have acacia, so plant for the collection. Okay, oh, I have a lot of darkwood saplings. That's interesting, but I'd like to try my luck at some sprinkling of the old bone meal. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I might want to get these out of my... You just happened to go right there, didn't you? I mean, seriously, Ethereal Wisp. It's not the best timing. They don't seem to know how to path around an actual person. Anyhow, while I'm doing this, thing is that I might be restructuring how I do crazy Minecraft, because the thing is they're going to be moving on to 1.12.2 with it, actually, and at the same time, I might have some other things I'm going to be doing concurrently, so I might start just kind of having 1.7.10 concurrent with it, actually, where I'm doing like maybe a bit of that and a bit of 112 side by side, which could be a very different take on things. I don't normally do that, but I have tried that in the past, where I could try doing more than one thing at a time, paralleling. Like I have had a pack of my own and something else in 1.7.10 that I was trying to do simultaneously that was kind of comparing across versions. So it could happen. I wound up with a dandelion, which is literally right over there. Okay, that one looks important. Yep, I was right. That's a hawthorn. I need those. It's not the rowan, though. Rowan is the most important one because it's how you get your altar. You need the rowan wood. So that's definitely a thing. I'm going to put this specifically in with my other witchery stuff rather than anything else. But yeah, as I was saying, I might do whatever the 1.12.2 version is of Crazy Minecraft simultaneously with this version. So I'm not going to stop doing this version of the series. Ooh, that's something that needs shears and what I was talking about. But I will be doing it kind of simultaneously. So you'll be able to see like variations of it over time. Now Spanish moss is special. I need to grow this on surfaces like vines. I will put it over here with my chickens. Yeah, it reminds me of the old days when I used to have like the vines over and like leaf blocks and stuff. Yeah, I could green this place up and make them feel like my old world. So yeah, there's that possibility. I like that. Little tribute to the old days. Why not? Okay. So yeah, so I will probably be doing this simultaneously. It means I probably won't do as many episodes in a row of this version, but I'll also be using the other version. So there's a thought. 2 in a row. Sweet. This is something where I actually kind of need it. But yeah, so that's going to be how that part works out. I'll still be doing Atomic Resurgence 2. It wasn't just going to be a filler. It was something where I was thinking it was getting about time. So I'll still be doing that anyhow. And there's a lot of other stuff I'll still be doing as well. Or I just don't know about some other things. 3 in a row. Wow, this is almost unique. So I'm getting to plan a lot of this. So I'm not sure 100% on some other things. I'll still be doing stuff like Engineered Frontier and stuff. That's for a whole different reason. That's also me helping out Intermittent Doom with actually testing the new versions and making sure stuff is working right, and maybe doing a little bit of balancing. Again, I have birch. I'll take it anyhow. I have plenty of grass to transmute. So yeah. So there's a lot of things I'll still be doing simultaneously. Ooh, really needed that one. That's alder. It's another one of the witchery trees. So this one's going right into the witchery stash. I only have one left for right now, but I can make more. Another acacia sapling. Okay. That happened, but we got it. Okay, I guess I'll be refilling things. So, time to grab another run of water, because I'll need to do a couple more runs of that. See if I can get Rowan, because Rowan is the most important. Now, there are some other important plants in Witchery, and again, some of them do require shears, so hence why I made sure to have those at the ready. So I'm zipping around here, making sure this is why I fly, or how I fly. I fly when I witch casual. Oops. It literally missed and then hit me in the head while I was ablaze. Aha! That's good to know. It doesn't break the statues. Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna say, if it wrecked my display, that would be very disheartening. Okay. Whew. Glad to know that didn't happen that way. Okay. I feel a lot better now that that did not go terribly wrong. Okay. Ooh. Perfect timing. I needed some eggs. Okay. So let's do this again. Okay. So let's just try a little bit more Mutantis. Of course, it's good to use a lot of it over time, because it helps. But yeah, I'm still going to be doing some things, including this version of the series. So it's not going to be going away yet, because I have a lot of stuff to do. And while there... Oh, another thing that's really thematic to talk about right about now is there will in fact be a 1.12.2 spiritual successor to Witchery. And that means, among other things, that they may eventually be able to kind of include this kind of aspect of things in the new pack. I don't know exactly when it's going to be out, though. It's kind of been under development for a while, and nobody knows when it's going to be close to done. Actually, there's kind of two, because one of the people that was previously kind kind of joining forces with him, decided to separate back out and get back to his own project, which was also going to be, well, about witching. The two projects are... Ooh, I really needed this one. This is one of them that I think need shears. Glintweed. Oh wait, I think this also spreads, so I think I actually need to just let this settle down, and then, you know, it'd be better over here because I kind of need another light, so yeah. That was perfect. But yeah, as I was saying, the two projects' names are Bewitchment and Covens. Bewitchment is the bigger project, and it's kind of the one that's believed to be a bit more like how this witchery was. Covens is also going to be out, it's going to have its own style. Now the two lead programmers still want to make sure that they're going to be in communication with each other, and they're going to try to make sure that they're still compatible with each other, no matter what happens, so that you don't wind up having like serious issues or anything like that. And it looks like I'm getting a lily pad anyhow because it decided to break. So yeah, that's what lily pads are good for. Farming. Especially when you don't disturb the water. Okay, but yeah. So there's kind of a group think going on that. So there will be kind of a replacement coming, and it'll be interesting playing that in the later versions like that. Wait, where did my shears go? Am I... Ah, there they are. Huh, I accidentally got that. Although, admittedly, let me see here. Oh, it shows drops. Isn't that nice? Unfortunately, that seems to be all it's doing in the back. I was rewarded with a peanut. Okay. And it looks like I will have to be taking another spin with that again. And let me see, where do I want to put this one? So this is spreading nicely. That's going sideways, so it shows I just need a little bit on each side. Yeah. That's looking nice. We're still getting there, though. Leaning back and eating a fish. Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting at least another shot at this, and we'll see. But yeah, as I was saying, it'll be interesting seeing how things work out in that, in like any like major overhaul they're doing, because the original mod author of Witchery, MNF, kind of did a real-life disappearing act. We don't know what happened. This has made the Witchery community very, very sad about things, and not knowing what the future is. So, going along with the agreement of like exactly how it was worded, and people decided doing a spiritual successor rather than a port, because a port wasn't exactly allowed. But something with the similar themes, which are kind of universal and not technically just MNFs, were allowed. So therefore, we get this situation where we're getting a successor that will be, in a way, kind of retooled, but just because it's a spiritual successor, not an actual follow-up. So we're getting all sorts of things about Witchery that's coming up, including things that are themed after it, and gonna kind of be big tributes and all sorts of stuff like that. So we're gonna see exactly how this turns out over time. And I really would kind of like to see this work out. I got a mushroom. Seeing how much light's around here, I'm wondering how long that's gonna last. Birch sapling. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Ooh, that's another one of them that I really need. And turns out that my assistant over there just found out why you should never trust plants around Witchery. This is ember moss, and it does that. If you step on it, it burns. Luckily, I'm ablaze, but I can see I'm going to have to put this slightly out of the way so that I don't have random events like that happening. That's going to be a bit of a trick. Oh, wait. This area right here should be perfect for it. I think it can... Yeah, it puts off a little light of its own. And it's important in later works, but again, the earliest is Rowan. And that also reminds me, there will supposedly be tributes to kind of this early stuff in Witchery in some of those versions. Some not as much. Ooh, another mushroom. But others might happen where you get these... Oh, Dark Oak. Do I have Dark Oak? These really big overhauls because of going with different thematics and also different real-world allegories for like different types of plants and stuff, and like because a lot of them in Witchery are in fact real-world plants, so it makes me wonder which ones they're going to switch to. And there's some that's kind of historically been associated with magic, or at least thematically, so it makes me wonder if they're going to do it kind of like that. Okay, I'm going to have to do this a few more times, but you kind of get where I'm going at with that, right? Where, oh yeah, that's right. Ran out of my Exhale of the Horned One, so I'd have to do more of that. Did I get... Yeah, I got Breath of the Goddess, but I need Exhale of the Horned One specifically to do this. But you kind of get what I'm going at with this. That it's going to be interesting seeing how they turn things around after all this time. You see, the thing is, I don't really need these trees the way I need others, because I need them in a different way. Okay, because I need these more for their saplings. Wow, it just smacked right through there. Mjolnir, you are insanely fast. Should have done it with that motion. Should have. Oh well. We all know how that went. Also, it kind of erases leaves while still having the sapling drops if it decides to have some. Yeah, there's one. Figured it would happen. Ooh, apple. It's not. Please don't jump the apple for me. It's not the way I want things to happen. I know this particular type of companion will just reappear after a while, but burning to death while following me working with trees is just a kind of sad way to keep going over and over. Seriously, I wish I had more control over ether companions, like I do with Lycanite mobs. See, that is a good one with like control of your minions. Ether, not so much. They just follow you around. So yeah, that's my assessment on that. Okay. Tossing that in there. Okay, so let's try this again. I have some more of these. Do I have any... I have a few planks that I can spare, because I don't want to use all-out coal for just that little bit. Can use some charcoal later, but we don't have anything kind of like these mini versions of... At least I don't think so, do we? Do we have a mini version of coal? Cast iron nuggets. Oh, that's how you get that. Okay. Ornate fire fan. Okay, that's from Grimoire Guide 2. No, it does not look like I have a special version of coal that's able to do like a smaller number of operations. Because some mods add that where you can have like a little version of coal and it does like only one at a time. So you can be far more conservative that way, and no, it does not look like we have that. So, no, it would have been a lot cooler to do this if I'd had that option. But sadly, no. Okay. Okay, so let's try seeing if we can get a few more off this. Now there are some ways of making this more effective, but you mostly need to get resources later to do it. Mainly these fume funnels. Well, that one I might be able to handle actually. That's just going to take a lot of iron and some lava. Filtered fume funnel is even better, but the fume filters, that's what I was thinking of. It required an attuned stone. And charged, might add. That's impressive. Okay, one more exhale of the horned one. So I'm gonna get just 3 more shots at this before I have to do like some serious, like some really serious sapling farming. Casually picking up eggs. So, let me see here. So, I'm going to be able to do this pretty much one more shot, and then we're going to possibly have a moment where I might farm the trees a little bit more over there and just do some clearing. Because again, this is kind of a casual run here, where I'm just casually doing witching, while discussing various aspects of what's kind of coming up. But, of course, there's other magic mods out there in 1.12.2, and it does make me wonder if they're going to do some of that. Now, another thing is that some mods become more popular recently, and include some that I may have done work with before, and some of them kind of have attributes that together might help replace witchery. Like Evilcraft, which I've even done a mod review on, that one has some things that are like witchery, including brooms, actually, and even better, they're custom brooms. So that is actually pretty cool. So it would be interesting to know if they decide to do that to partially do it, you just get the same style. And so I'm wondering if they're going to do it that way, going, well, we want this kind of action in a mod pack, so will we like have all these things together and see if it can kind of replace witchery? Arcana RPG has a few that kind of together would, like including, well, Voidcraft has certain aspects of it, and that makes things kind of interesting because it has like special kinds of damage and stuff. Also some really adventure-y type mods. Oh yeah, it's already spreading, so that's cool. And like some like I think it's called Slash Loot Conquer. It adds all sorts of cool random traits. Oh, you decide to pop up at my door, do you? Let me show you the blade that's defeated multiple Void Lords in between episodes, because I took one of their swords against themselves after I started getting them as drops. This isn't even the best version. Okay, so it may do that with your allies, but it also works great as a trap on your enemies. That's always kind of fun. Yeah. Oh, I picked up the mushroom randomly. I wondered if they'd really make it net lighting. The answer is apparently no. But yeah, it makes me wonder if they're gonna, as I was gonna say, makes me wonder if they're gonna have those kind of, is that what I was after? Hawthorn. No. Rowan does look a bit different. But yeah, it does make me wonder if they're gonna do that kind of thing where they're gonna see if they can get the same functionality in the pack overall. But we'll kind of see where that goes. Will it work? For a while I was just about to sprinkle on the chest. That would have been interesting. Wait. That's it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, and apparently Enderman of Doom is playing Galactic Civilization. Okay. Notification has popped up. I am aware now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I needed this so much. Okay. Where to put this? Because, you know, well, I was doing a bit of clearing, so I might as well, I don't want to do it right there. Some stuff will fall off. I really probably should have just cleared these first. Well, things happen. Well, I can do it here. I can do it here with the rest of the plants. That should be fine. Have a couple of bone meal. Let's see how receptive it is to bone meal. Very, very receptive to bone meal. But yeah, as I was saying, I needed this wood. I did not, however, need to smash the ground. Again, Mjolnir is sometimes just a bit too happy to smash. But Hey, what can you say whenever it's one of the weapons wielded by an Avenger? Yeah, I know, Marvel reference. Even though I like more the mythology version of it, although admittedly in recent times they have made a lot more references to the original mythology of Thor, whole Asgardian gods thing. That I really liked them getting back into, because that was kind of like the original way that they had it, and then after a while they kind of drifted. So it made me really happy whenever they went back to that, and I'm like, yes, yes. And so, yeah, I feel a lot better then. Okay, so now I have rowan sapling. Now, the thing is, this is used for more than one thing. Yes, you can make wood ash with it. You can make any wood ash just by doing regular smelting, but it's needed for several things, including a whiff of magic, which, as you can tell, is useful for making stuff, including the all-important attuned stone I mentioned before. And you gotta charge it up with a ritual. As for these, they require... you need to have basically 2 sets of units, because you need 6 altar blocks overall. You can't just do it with a little bit here, and that's why I also wanted to get Breath of the Goddess ready. But, yeah, and I do have enough. I do have enough, which is great. So that's a good thing. And come to think of it, I do need a snack, so I can just celebratorily eat this rowan berry. Oddly enough, probably not as good as the new sweet berries, but it'll do. Okay. So let's see here. No, I used up all my... Yeah, I need to get more saplings. Okay, I'll get to that part next time. Because I think I got through a lot of what I was trying to say about them trying to do things styled like the pack. And yes, for those of you wondering about the dinosaurs, there is a mod in 1.12.2 that has dinosaurs and genetics for dinosaurs and stuff like that. It's called Jurassic Craft, and it's pretty cool. So if they really want to do a tribute to how this pack was in 1.7.10, they can totally do it. So I'm very confident that we'll be getting a lot of this back in one way or another. And with that, I do believe I can temporarily conclude, because I've got through a lot of the future news and possible news, and I've gotten through the idea that I will be kind of still maintaining 1.7.10 alongside the new, however it comes out, and I will be continuing on with Witchery over time. Partially as a break to things, it will be getting progressively more interesting as we get through Witchery. So Witchery fans, we will be doing more. And it starts out with me clearing out some trees again, apparently, in between episodes, because I need to get this area more ready for my witching trees. I mean, it's looking better overall, but still, it needs more improvement. And I may even take an ether trip just to get some more stone, because now that I know I don't have to really catch the sentries and put them in an auto spawner to get tons of this stuff, I'm going to be really grateful for that and using that fact over time. So I may or may not do that in between. I don't know. Depends. Would everybody like to see all my ether runs into the labyrinths? Or would they rather just know that I have smashed thoroughly everything in my path, possibly even including that door using the hammer's very unorthodox ability to get through it regardless. I mean, seriously, that was one of the funniest finds I've had in a long time. And that's coming from me, so that says something. But for now, it's time for me to head off. And, oh, wait, oh yeah, these funny graphics, me being a blaze here. Oh, and by the way, you move really weird when you do this, so yeah, this is a thing. I'm endlessly amused with the graphical glitches that Arcana RPG tends to have in its dimensions with more. This is just, I'm just gonna go out with this. Okay, so this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off. I hope to hear from you all later. So have a great time. Goodbye for now, and keep it crazy, Minecraft.